Hello and welcome back to the Hyperspacepodcast. My name is Sam. I'm an idiot. I'm joined by Michael. Michael, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, not too bad. You?
Yep, I'm great. So you might be wondering why we're laughing, and I've made a mistake. I watched the episodes today, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty angry because I thought that the series, and I had been saying in like half of the episodes reviewing the Bad Batch that this is 14 episodes long. Today was going to be, well, not today when it comes out, but Friday was going to be the second to last episode. But it turns out there's 16 episodes, so I was angry for no reason. Michael, I don't even know what to
I
say.
mean, it also means our predictions. We were talking about just before the podcast. Our predictions are wrong. We were saying, but I think what we know now is our predictions aren't wrong. We're just wrong sometimes. Our predictions always have been fairly spot on. Although I don't think either of us, had we known, remembered it was 16 episodes, um, would have thought this would be a filler episode. I think I think I had initially said, I think in one of the earlier podcasts, I'd said to you before we started, oh, it's 16 episodes. And you'd said, no, it's 14. And I've assumed it was 14 since then. But we just had a quick look before we start, predicted either way that this would have been a filler episode.
Yeah.
Because it was a filler episode, 100%. A good one, a really good one. I thought it was pretty interesting. But like you said, I would have been quite disappointed if that had been the penultimate episode.
Yeah, it was. I just, even when we had guest Ben on, I was still going to him. No, it's 14 episodes. It's not 16. I've just been saying it to everyone. It's 14 episodes. I was so certain. I was so certain, but I was completely wrong. But yeah, anyway, let's get on to the review and all the breakdown. Michael, you gave a bit of your thoughts there, but
Mm.
how do you find the episode generally?
I mean, I really enjoyed it, and it sort of brought back something that I think we talked about when we were trying to figure out who was hunting Omega, and I'd said, well, the element we haven't really seen too much of that was in the Clone Wars was Crimson Dawn and like the syndicates, and this episode we saw the Pikes, which was a nice inclusion and sort of a nice link to the Clone Wars, but also Solo and some other bits of Star Wars we haven't seen in a little while.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I thought it was all right, but I did watch the whole episode, thinking that this was the second to last episode, so I probably didn't enjoy it as much as other people did. But yeah, let's start off with a breakdown. So it starts with the Bad Batch arriving at Alderman Tau, which basically is been their hub throughout the show, with the Bad Batch reflecting on their last mission, talking about Gandarks and how Sid doesn't tell them information before getting into the bar and finding out that Roland Durand, the son of another Durand, had taken over, who was working with the Pikes. And we haven't seen the Pikes since the Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure, Michael, you said in a previous
Solo.
episode about the Pikes.
Yeah, I'd said about I thought the syndicates may be involved with Omega possibly, or I think there was some other plot points that I was suggesting that they could be involved in. So it's good to see them back. I think maybe like you said, the last time we saw them was a Clone Wars, and before that was Solo.
Yeah,
So it's
I think
been
you're right.
they were in season 7 a little bit, but even then I think it was in that the Martinez twins episodes, right? Yeah, it's good to see them sort of, like we said, we were hoping in the Mandalorian we'd see a bit more of the criminal underworld, and we didn't. To be honest, we saw the bounty hunting side, but we didn't actually see sort of criminal elements. And I was hoping we would see Crimson Dawn and things in the Mandalorian when that show was announced. But it's good to see them show it, even if it is like in a periods closer to what we used to. Especially as you kind of see how intimidating they are, because we kind of know what Sid's like. Like for that to happen to Sid, we sort of realize she's not in as much of a position of power as maybe we would have assumed in a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because we have Roland Durant. I forgot his father's name, but they bring him up a lot and being like he's not a guy you want to mess with. But I don't think
Mm.
we've been introduced to him in this show so far. So it'd be interesting if you said the Mandalorian didn't really explore it. We know that the Book of Boba Fett is going to explore the criminal underworld. Maybe they might be setting up a character here that we could see in the Book of Boba Fett. What do you think about
I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, I think that would be the right thing to do, because we sort of haven't. Like I said, I was disappointed a little bit that the Mandalorian didn't do the criminal underworld, or it did something very different, which was very good. We're just hoping we'd see, like you said, the Pikes, or I'm trying to think who else was in the syndicates, but if we were seeing the other black, the Crimson Dawn, the Black Sun as well, would have been interesting to see them come back. I think the
that?
last time they appeared was the Clone Wars. Maybe that was. I think the last time they appeared was in that the Mandalore arc. Well, yeah, the Mandalore arc with Darth Maul, where Darth Maul and Sidious end up having a fight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's been a while for them. So hopefully they get, like you said, the Book of Boba Fett has a lot of promise, and from what we've heard, that we should be expecting those things. I mean, is there anything you'd like to see come into the Book of Boba Fett that we might see in the Bad Batch, or have seen the Bad Batch?
Yeah. Well, we've discussed a lot, perhaps seeing Omega come into it because of course, she's technically sister of Bubba. So I think that would be an interesting dynamic. But I am really looking forward to the Book of Bubba, and I think that a lot of stuff that's in the Bad Batch could easily help set that up. For example, Omega, I think she was going to be used across different shows, and perhaps this Durand guy who they talk about, who I just forgotten the first name of, so I'm just going to call him the Durand
Oh,
guy.
Roland.
Yeah,
Roland.
no, their dad. They talk about the dad who's
Oh, his dad. I
apparently got
can't remember what the
power.
dad's name was.
Yeah, I remember Roland, but I don't remember what the dad's name. But yeah, I think they might be setting him up. But yeah, back to the breakdown. We then see Sid on their ship with the two bar regulars, kind of waiting for them to come back. And Sid,
She's still roasting everyone, isn't she?
she literally hasn't lost any of it. I love her relationship with Tech. I think it's amazing. It's just like
She just bullies him.
exactly. Tech's so helpful. I actually think you made a point earlier in the breakdown, on the series of breakdowns, about how each character of the Bad Batch kind of got an episode, and which episode that
Mm.
was. I think this was very much Tech's episode. I
Yeah,
think this was kind of revolved around him.
I've seen a few things go around where people. I saw a few things where people said Echo is he's had so much character development outside the Bad Batch that they're really focusing on the Bad Batch. But I'm also I'm somewhat disappointed he's been so underused, because he is a fan favorite. I know they all are now, but I think there's I have a special place for Echo, and I'm hoping that next couple of episodes he's going to have a bit more of a starring role again. Because when he does, he whips out some of the best one-liners in the show.
100%. Him and Sid are the one line kings in this show.
Yeah,
100%. But yeah, it was good to see Sid on good form, as you said. And she basically, we haven't seen Sid this helpless like before. And
this is kind of her episode as well. Like you
yeah,
saying, I said that everyone kind of had their episode. This is Sid's episode, because Sid hasn't really had a starring role. It's been like a either
yeah.
co-starring or like supporting role, but this is her episode really, as well as Tex.
Yeah, I think it is a mosh between the two. Their plan to basically take it back was to go through the mines using the carts and get the spice that Roland Durand is holding. that the Pikes want and basically take it away without them being noticed. But as always with the Bad Batch, their stealthy plan isn't normally very stealthy. Something happens. Sid talks about being silent through part of the tavern, which is infested. We don't see it on the first way back, but on the journey back to where they came from, we really see it. They cause Sid's two bar regulars, as I call them, then cause a distraction to get Ruby, his pet, to get him out of the office.
Can we give a little shout out to the cameo from Mantel Mix?
Well, we love it.
The space popcorn again.
Space popcorn
back again.
It's so nice that even pets eat it. Like, honestly, everyone's on it. It's like drugs at this point. It's addictive. Honestly, like they could just sprinkle anything on there. Who knows? But
I'm surprised they aren't selling it. You know what? We got. Here we go. Hyperspace Boys announcing Galaxy's Edge trip to have space popcorn.
Exactly. We will do a whole podcast reviewing Mantel Mix, and that'll be great. And that's the kind of content we promise you here at the Hyperspace Podcast.
Only the best.
The top quality content. But yeah,
Binging Babish, watch out, we're coming for you.
100%. We're coming to take over the podcast world. But yeah, we then have them sneaking into the office by this little I don't even know how to explain it, a little thing in the floor, a ladder that goes up to like this little secret passageway kind of thing. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, they get in the office, get the spice, and when they return, Roland realizes it's gone. But I don't know. It was really weird because he saw it was gone and kind of went straight away to the secret hideout. So either he knew it was there or force sensitivity. We've had it already with Omega, but he just saw through the force. He's force sensitive. I mean, the Star Wars community have been saying Omega's force sensitive because she knew that Rex was a Generation 1 clone. Well, he's force sensitive.
First of all Omega was saying is you look old, basically.
Yeah.
That's what she said to Rex. You look old. And he's like, yeah, I've been around the block, basically. And second of all, we were talking about, it is a bit strange. He immediately went to it, though. But the thing is, he probably knew about the hideaway anyways. And my thinking is, right, the reason he went over to check it is because he knew they couldn't have come in through the front door because he would have seen them leave, right? And he probably knew about it, just didn't think anyone was stupid enough to go into the caves because maybe he knew about the infestation.
That makes sense.
The name of this episode, right?
Yeah, Infested is
Infested, there we go.
Perfect name for it, really, as when they return to the cavern and to try and escape through the mines, we get the bugs which were called Earlings, and there are millions of them. They try and escape with it, and Roland's men come after them, and basically the blaster fire triggers a reaction in the Earlings where they all come up and the spice is lost, but as well as Roland's men, and they just about get away because they're not going to do anything to the Bad Batch. Imagine that. Like, we've been predicting that someone might perish to save the others. Imagine if they died to one of those bugs. We've been predicting like Crosshair or like Darth Vader maybe, but no, it's a little bug.
Especially as it's a filler episode, and imagine your thinking was, oh, this is the second to last episode. Imagine if they died in the filler episode just before the finale.
I honestly think that'd be comedy gold. Honestly, I think that'd be hilarious.
Imagine if Omega died.
Oh my gosh, that would have actually made the episode like better, just because it'd be like interesting. It'd be funny. It'd be like, this is just so weird. Like,
you're just really salty about this, aren't you?
I'm really salty. I thought this was the second to last episode. I was getting so hyped. Honestly, I've just come back from my holiday, And in the car on the way home, I was just sitting there thinking, I can't wait to watch the second to last episode. There is going to be action coming out my ears. I mean, it's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be really intense. And then I watch it, and it's like on Old Mental with Sid again. And I'm just sitting there like, where's Crosshair? Where's Crosshair? Where's Crosshair? And then these bugs appear, and I'm like, what is happening? Oh,
Well, I guess you must be glad that there's another few episodes then, huh? There's another 3 episodes, isn't it? If there's
yeah,
16, yeah.
there is another 3. There were a point in the episode where when the Pikes killed all of Roland's guards, and you just saw dead bodies all over the floor, and there was no one else there. I thought Crosshair was just going to walk out the room, and I was like, "This is the moment he enters," and and then you see the Pikes, and it's like, I like the Pikes, but come on, though. This is the second. Well, I thought it's the second to last episode. So I'm just like, where is he? Oh, it was. Oh, I've just gone through an absolute nightmare today. I going off on a massive tangent. I spilled my drink in the car. It's all going wrong as well. I just went to Starbucks, right? This is a complete tangent. Went to Starbucks, put my cup in the cup holder. We go round a corner and it flings across the car and goes all over my sister's blanket. And it just goes completely flying. It was a nightmare. Today's just going from bad to worse, to be honest. Oh, genuinely, what is happening? That is a massive tangent.
Well, I guess the thing is now, at least one good thing's happened. You realize that there's 16 episodes, not 14.
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna get the action up, and you're gonna get the action up to your ears. But it's just gonna probably. I'm guessing the next episode's gonna be build up towards it, and then you've got 2 episodes hopefully.
Yeah, even if like the next episode is like semi filler, like at least I'd know it's not the last episode.
Last episode.
imagine if I didn't find out and I just
if I hadn't told you, if I hadn't told you, I could have just not said anything when I checked when you said it was 14 episodes. Imagine if you just thought it was 14 episodes.
Oh my goodness. I'd have just watched next week and I'm like, you can't leave it on that. What do you mean? I'd just be sat there like, why are we still at Old Mental? Why are they just eating Mantel mix? Why are there more bugs? I thought they got rid of them. Where's Crosshair?
Where's Hondo? Where's Lando? Where are these characters?
Where's Darth Vader? Where's Ahsoka? Like, honestly.
Ahsoka's not going to be in the show.
No.
That's Vader, my prediction.
Who knows? Maybe.
Ahsoka won't be in the show until like I think if they this is now another tangent, right? So Ahsoka won't be in the show until the show has like basically got up to the bit in the timeline where the book is finished, because they've stopped retconning the books now so much in the comics now. So I think until it gets to the point where like the rebellion is starting, she will not be involved in the show. And also, considering that they didn't want to go with Rex, her involvement makes no sense, to be honest, in the moment. Until they get involved with Rex, it doesn't make sense. But there you go. That's my
that's your
little take there.
Hot
tangent
take.
For me.
Love that. We might get Rex though. I hope we get Rex again. We probably won't.
Yeah. I mean, they've done. I was gonna say the thing. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe the season finale is there's a big bug and they have to kill that. Who knows? It could.
They go to Geonosa.
And yeah, honestly, when I was watching, another massive tangent. When I was watching, and I heard the noises, I was convinced it was Geonosis.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, because I don't know. The Empire hasn't got to the point where they've genocided them all. That's like a bit before Rebels. They're somewhat before Rebels, right? But it's not quite the right time. So I was wondering, maybe some of them did escape.
Yeah, and like made a home there, honestly, because the noises they were making before we actually saw them, I was like, that is like Geonosian voices and like noise. I was like so convinced and semi-disappointed it wasn't them, but would have been interesting. Right, tangents over. Let's get back to the plot where I'm trying to realize where we were. Now I realize now. So yeah, we have the battle where they lose the Spice and they go back to the parlor. We see dead bodies on the floor, and we see that Roland's been taken captive by the Pikes, and the Pikes threaten the Bad Batch, who, after some persuading from Sid, accept that they leave Omega behind in order for them to get the spice to give to them so there's no trouble. So then we have them going back, Wrecker and Sid, which was a great combination. They bounced off each other so well. Wrecker, I actually really liked Wrecker when he was whispering. I thought he was like so like funny. Him just whispering and trying to be quiet when he's such a big character.
Thing is, even when he's whispering, he's got such a big presence in his whisper.
I know. And then you just have him, as we go on to, they retrieve the spice, wake up the Earlings again, but Tech has created some device that emits light and scares them off. We get when Wrecker gets to the top there, he's just panting and just like he looks so scarred. He's there just terrified.
They really sent in the wrong guy in there, didn't they?
Yes.
Should have sent Hunter or some, even Echo down there.
Yeah, because they did need someone strong, but there's no one in the Bad Batch that's weak. I mean, Echo probably wouldn't be good because he only has one hand.
One hand, yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe they could have sent Hunter down there.
yeah, you could have sent Hunter down. Tech, probably a good idea to keep up top. So I'd have sent Hunter and Sid down. Sid looks pretty bulking. It's like she's been to the gym.
The thing is, Sid picks muscles, as she called him.
Yeah, well, she probably didn't realize he has a massive fear of heights when she chose him. Because when you look at Reki, you think perfect man for the job, and then you realize he's scared of heights, and you're like, oh, great.
I think the thing is, people also forget he's like just a big kid.
Yeah,
like Bradley D. Baker said it in interviews, right? He's he is just a big kid.
Yeah, no, completely. He really is. The episode kind of finishes with the Pikes getting the spice. The Pikes are still angry, so they cut off Roland's horn, and he's just like, "That's the price to pay." And then Omega chats with Hunter about trusting people. I don't really know. It's quite forgettable, and that's when
Hunter was trying to figure out why she stopped. She tried to stop the Pikes from killing him, because I think the Pikes would have killed him, to be honest.
Yeah, like
they just reconsidered.
Chopping off a horn, though, like for some species, it's like
quite bad.
It's like they take it to heart. Like
he didn't really seem to care too much though. Afterwards, it's like, oh, could be worse, I guess. I guess that was the end of the episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That little conversation. Think? Well, I have a question for you, actually. Piercing question, right? I was going to ask earlier, but so the Pikes were taking the spice as payment, right? But what was Roland getting in return? Do you think? I have some ideas, but I was just wondering what your thoughts were.
Yeah, it kind of confused me, because normally it would be the Pikes are getting spice and he'd get money, but they didn't really show up with any money.
So, which is why I was asking, because my opinion was that he was trying to get in with them, and that was the payment to get in with them. Then why they'd be so fussed about him not being able to pay up is the thing I was trying to think about, because clearly the deal went wrong, but I couldn't figure out what he was getting in return. Sid had said he was trying to get in with the Pikes, but it doesn't explain why they hated the fact he didn't have the payment so much.
See, I think that as you said, he was trying to get in with the Pikes. This was kind of his test, and they felt like he just basically wasted their time when they could have just got spice from someone else. That's my theory, but it was a bit confusing.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out, because if it wasn't that, then what was he getting in return, and is that going to be a future plot point in, let's be honest, season 2?
Yeah,
I think we already confirmed that season 2. It's just, I bet they're going to do what they did with Loki, where they're like, look forward, this is season 2's coming out. Like they did that with the Mandalorian, didn't they? The Mandalorian was 100% going to be a double season. Like there was going to be another season. They set up all like Grief Karga and Cara Dune and even the Mando. and Baby Yoda. There was like no way it was going to be one season.
We will 100% at the end of episode 16 say the Bad Batch will return in season 2.
I think it'll either say that, or there'll be a different spin-off show they'll go into. But if there was, I think it would have been there'd be some knowledge of it. So I think it would just be a season 2, like you said.
Yeah, it'll be a season 2. But yeah, we've speculated in a lot of episodes what will happen now. It will probably be last 3 episodes, probably next episode setting up a dramatic last 2 episodes.
Either that or filler.
Yeah, either that or filler,
filler.
and then the last 2 episodes will be basically crosshair, won't it?
I think the thing is, even though we know there's going to be 2 seasons, I think considering what the marketing's been like on, we're going to go into what I call merchandise speculation, right? Which is normally they wouldn't be pushing Crosshair as a character so much if they were going to get rid of him, or if he wasn't going to join up with a Bad Batch, or if he wasn't going to be at least a permanent antagonist.
Yeah.
So I think this redemption arc is coming soon, or at least Crosshair will be the main focus on the next 2 episodes, even if we're wrong in our speculation that they're going to his redemption arc in the end of the season. He will be in it.
Yeah,
100%. I don't see how they wouldn't use him.
Even if feature.
I think the Bad Batch will try and redeem him, right? But it's a question of whether that redemption happens or not, I think, is maybe what I'm now thinking about. But he will be in it. I think it's likely he'll get his redemption arc, but it'll be interesting to see. I don't think they'll kill him off though.
Do you not?
But I guess we'll have to see.
I still think it's a possibility.
It's possibility. I just think it's not as likely. I think it's all very dependent on how this next episode plays out.
Yeah, no.
Either this next episode, if it's not filler, then the first part of the finale, which I hope they do as a 2 parts. I'm sure they will.
I hope they do. 2 parts are great. Like the Ryloth 2-part was amazing.
Either they do it as 2 parts, or they did what they did with the first one, where it's an hour for the last episode, which would be amazing. But they only did that because of May 4th, right? Or that's what the tie-in was for having the special lengthy episode.
Yeah, I think it also just made sense with the series just to set it all up in 1 episode.
I think I've heard people say it wouldn't have worked as a movie. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have worked well as an individual movie, or like, a TV movie. The reason why it worked is because if you watched it, we had 1 day gap, and then it was immediately episode 2, which is why when we did it as 2 episodes. When you watched it like that, like how we did, where we watched the first episode and then there was a day gap and then there was the next episode, it actually works very well.
Yeah. No, it
just
does.
On its own, I can kind of understand some of the criticism of, it's like it doesn't achieve that much. It's not meant to. It's all world building, really. Yeah. I think a lot of people have a problem with this sort of the amount of world building that's had to be done.
Yeah, it would be nice if this was multi-seasonal, just like more than 2 even, just because
I think it'll be more than 2.
There has been so much world building, character development. I'd like a series which is more just like action. Like, you need filler episodes in every series. I think the thing is that the filler episodes haven't really felt like filler in this show so much as they have in other shows for me. Because when they do filler episodes, they do achieve like not just world building stuff, but more importantly, when they've done, like the episode where they had to get in the battery when they crashed. Right, that was such good development for Hunter and Omega. Not much happened in that episode. The actual character, the development of their relationship was really important in that episode. Yeah, no, you're completely right. And the point you made earlier about you can take a lot from the advertisement, not the advertisement, the marketing,
the merchandising,
merchandising,
marketing stuff.
Is I've now realised that when I talked about a few episodes that there was this thing that came out which had 3 characters in, and it was like Captain Rex, Crosshair, and this random other trooper that no one knew who it was. I've now realised that's Captain Hauser.
And you know what I was about to say is Hauser supposedly has had it confirmed that he's got, like, immediately afterwards they've confirmed that they're going to do merchandising for him. So clearly they watched either Lucasfilm watched our episode or they've had it. They literally made this character for like somewhat like the I guess the super fan,
fan
right? Like
fulfillment,
us, fan
100%.
fulfillment because we want this. Everyone seems to love him. We love him.
We really do. I hope he turns up in the last 2 episodes and doesn't die, so we can either get his own show or he joins the Bad Batch.
I
Best
think
case scenario.
it'd be interesting if you said about Crosshair sacrificing himself. Wouldn't it be interesting if Crosshair sacrificed himself for Hauser and Hauser was his replacement? Like
Perfect.
he
Yeah,
took his
that'd be
armor
great.
and stuff.
That'd be great. You don't
Either
really
took his
need a
armor,
sniper. You don't really need a
need a
sniper.
sniper because they can all probably do it anyways.
It's useful, but like Hauser could easily like fill in with his talent. I mean, he'll be like a reg, like Echo, but he has 2 hands.
I think he's quite a decent reg as well.
Oh yeah,
Probably he's probably a decent reg as well.
to work your way up to captain. I think it is. You've got to
It's
like.
it's like one of the higher. It's like is commander then captain, right? But Captain Rex never got promoted because of Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I think that's why people were speculating. Oh yeah, why is he a captain? Everyone else is like commander. That's why apparently. There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that a commander oversees like 12 captains or something, and I think that Cody oversaw, but Rex kind of didn't really take that on. He was more of
No
he basically was a commander with the title of captain, wasn't he?
captain, and supposedly that was because of Ahsoka being a commander.
Yeah, it
Because
makes sense.
Anakin was the general of the 501st. But yeah, I think was it Hauser? He seems like he's going to be here to stay again. We'll look at. I'm going to put it this way: would they do the merchandising if they were going to kill him off? That's my big question, right?
No, no,
And
they
that's
wouldn't.
that's I hate to do this sort of like what I'm going to call Disney speculation, where you look at their marketing stuff. But if they kill him off, the marketing, their like merchandising won't sell as well, and it'll take a while for that stuff to come out, which means it won't be an episode by episode basis. It's going to be the case for this season at least.
Mm. And if they killed him off, it would crush all my hopes and dreams.
There you go.
So they have to keep him. And
I feel they will keep him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they will. But yeah, I think that wraps up our episode on the Bad Batch. I will finish as I started. I'm a massive idiot. It's 16 episodes. Don't worry. This wasn't the second to last. This was the fourth to last. So we've still got 3 episodes after this. Next episode's called War Mantle. I remember that. I don't remember what the next 2 episodes are called. That'll be fun.
It's from Rogue One, isn't it?
Yeah.
War Mantle.
Which
means
I watched the other day.
we'll speculate that is not going to be filler then.
No, that won't be filler. That'll be. I think that'll
Set
take
up.
place a lot on Camino. I think that'll be a lot of going to Rampart.
But yeah,
It'll make sense. But yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you for joining me, Michael. After
thank you for having me.
Your golf trip that you've just been
Yeah.
on. Hope you got a hole in one. But yeah, thank you.
Not quite.
No, not quite. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below your thoughts, and yeah, may the force be with you.